No, we don't seem to be. The Sears Tower has stood here for more than 27,000 sunrises. Today is to be its last. Not long after first light, the crowd started to gather here along the boulevard. Police set up barricades, and everywhere you look, there were cameras. It's a chance to catch history, to see a landmark turn to dust. There is a sense of excitement, tempered by the fact that an old friend will soon be gone.
I used to be a little kid when I used to come over there. I used to go over there, as soon as you walk through the door, smell popcorn, smell of food in there. It's been 4 years old, and a lot of memories in that place. And I just like it, you know. I ain't gonna tear it down. It's landmarks, not near no more.
I live 2 minutes behind it, and it'll be a shame to see it go, especially since they're putting up a shopping mall.
For Marianne Fleur, it was a day to get the kids up early and to drive to town and to play hooky.
When I told my pastor that I was coming here to do this and I probably wouldn't make church today, he said that was the best excuse he has heard yet for missing church and service on Sunday.
To get a better view, one man brought a 6-foot stepladder. Another brought this.
47-foot bucket truck, which will get me up there for a bird's eye view. The idea is to get above it all. You got it.
Jason Carl drove from Boston. A veteran implosion watcher, he says there is nothing quite like it.
I caught my first one about 5 years ago in Boston, and then went to see the Dunes Hotel in Las Vegas and talk about history.
Yeah.
And that was last year. And then I heard about this one. Drove down last night. It's going to be over in 10 seconds. I go back.
Well, we're back live right now. It took a workforce of 4,500 people to build this building back in 1919, 1920, and it took them 11 months to build it. It will apparently, if all goes as planned, it will come tumbling down into a pile of some 9 million bricks in about 10 seconds today, in about 5 minutes from now. I'm John Rollins, live on the Action Cam on the Boulevard near the Sears building.
Indeed you are, John, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes. The countdown now just about 4 minutes and a half until the implosion. As the countdown continues and the excitement builds, it's a bittersweet carnival atmosphere on the streets. As John mentioned, we saw 2 young women in Halloween costume dressed as what else? The Sears building. For them, this is almost a party, but for the people who worked dozens of years there, this is a tough morning for them.
It put us a lot of people out of work, and I'm sorry to see the building go today after 35 years of my life spent in there.
Worked here 13 years, and it's hard to see it go. This is a memorial to the neighborhood and everything here.
Philadelphia police have closed off several streets around the implosion site and set up a 1,000-foot security zone. At approximately 7 this morning, the boulevard was closed between Oxford Circle and F Street. Also closed are portions of Tabor Road, Somerdale, Godfrey, Langdon, and Cheltenham Avenue. And now, if all goes according to plan, police hope to have those roads reopened within an hour after this morning's blast. We are 3.5 minutes away. A few facts about today's event. The merchandise building itself is 9 stories high. The clock tower stands 14 stories high. Total floor space, 2.7 million square feet, which is the size of nearly 50 football fields. It took about 11 months to build, as John mentioned a moment ago, remarkably fast given the limited power equipment back in 1920. The original cost of the building was about $5 million. When the walls come tumbling down, 9 million bricks will bite the dust. The implosion will use 12,320 pounds of dynamite packed into more than 11,000 holes that have been drilled in concrete support columns on the lower floors. The explosives are all tied together, wired together by miles of wire, and set to go off in rapid, precise sequence. The columns, like this one, blown apart in a test blast, contain heavy steel reinforcing bars which must also be destroyed to allow the building to collapse. Those are some of the holes and the wires being run through those holes. And then once the dynamite is put in those holes, they are sealed back up. The first charges will be set in the lower center of the building, radiating outward rapidly so that the building falls into itself. All 11,000 charges will go off in 7.5 seconds. It will take about 10 seconds for the entire Sears building to collapse. We're 2 minutes away. The blast masters for today's implosion are Eric Kelly and his wife Anna Chong. They own and operate Engineered Demolition Company. Eric's been blasting since the age of 11 when he helped his father dynamite tree stumps up in Scranton. Prior to the Sears project, their biggest blast was March 6th in Newark when 3,800 pounds of dynamite brought down a vacant high-rise housing project. The only implosion in Philadelphia in recent years was the old Amstar sugar refinery at Delaware and Reed along the waterfront. It came down May 1st of this year. Prior to that was Allentown, where that 10-story office building was crumbling into a sinkhole. That had to be leveled, and it was on March 19th. Now, as spectacular as all three of those were, they pale in comparison to what is going to happen this morning on Roosevelt Boulevard in Philadelphia. Former employees of the old Sears building reminisced earlier this week about the years they spent there. Dozens of them gathered for a reunion luncheon in Clementon, New Jersey. Many worked at Sears all their lives, and they mourned the implosion as if they were losing a loved one.
It was a good place. It was like a family place.
Our senior prom was held there from Olney High.
So when did you first see him in there?
Well, he worked for the post office. They used to have the post office at Sears.
Yeah.
And he worked at the post office, and I worked at Sears, and I got in a lot of trouble, but I married him.
Some of those former workers plan to witness the demolition. Others say it's too painful. Now, we are officially 10 seconds away from the scheduled implosion. The countdown has begun. If you've got a VCR and you want to tape this, it's time to roll the tape. The old Sears merchandise building, and there was the warning siren, I believe. Let's stand by and watch. We are waiting for the 10-second siren. We're about a minute behind schedule. They're giving us some extra minutes to watch the old Sears building. Over a minute behind schedule, but it came down just as scripted. Let's go to Whitaker in the Boulevard, where John Rollins is standing by live. John, what did it look like from there?
Wow, what a show. I knew what it was going to look like. I'd seen a lot of films, I'd seen a lot of them on television, but nothing like when you see it in real life. There was sort of a muffled crump. It came about a minute after everybody anticipated it would, and then it was like something out of a movie. It was amazing, the special effects, but it was real. It just started to fall. The tower held momentarily up in the air, and then the whole shooting match just came down. With me right now live is one of the spectators, Mr. Maurice Connors. Mr. Connors is from Philadelphia. Mr. Connors, you ever seen anything like this?
Never seen anything like it in my life. It was pandemonium out here. Everybody's excited. There's a lot of people out here. We're having a lot of fun, and it's exciting that I have my little son with me.
Your son? May I ask your son, what did you think of what you saw there?
I think it was good.
It was good. Okay. Well, I think it was good and then some. Very frankly, I've never seen anything quite like it. But the funny thing is, if we switch our camera, Mr. Connors, thank you very much. Switch our camera back over here. For 74 years, that horizon had a large 14-story tower on it. It was the landmark along the boulevard. that landmark is gone. There is an immense amount of dust, just an immense amount of dust. It's like a cloud has descended and landed right here in northeast Philadelphia, and that's it. It was over, just as they said it would, in about 10 seconds. It was gone. I'm John Rollins, live on the Action Cam.
Thanks, John. And let's take a look at the replay from Chopper 6, located in the air 2 miles north of the blast site. And this is the way it looked from the air, from Chopper 6, as the implosion began just about 2 minutes ago. There it goes. The whole thing lasted under 10 seconds. There goes the clock tower on the left. Tremendous cloud of dust. Incredible. 74 years and I believe 18 days after it opened. Let's take a look at another replay. I think this is the tower camera, which was located just east. Let's go to the tower camera just east of, here it is, the one that we opened up with this morning. And here's a replay east of the Sears building. Somewhat ironic, I think, that one of the new buildings that's going to go on this site is going to be a service merchandise catalog center. And this building was actually built by Sears to take care of all its merchandise handling for the entire East Coast. Philadelphia was chosen because of the vast network of railroads that we had in this area at one time. We're going to take a look at one more replay for you. This is from Whitaker and the Boulevard. Watch the clock tower go down. Times have changed dramatically, and so it was in dramatic fashion that this familiar structure on the curve at Adams and the Boulevard went out this morning. Another replay from Chopper 6, 2 miles to the north, as the Sears building goes into history. The largest implosion ever in the world. Here in Philadelphia this morning, October 30th, 1994. I'm sure many people have a lot of memories going up with that cloud of dust. My grandmother bought her first electric sewing machine there. I'm sure a lot of you have stories as well. All of that material, by the way, is going to be recycled. And so the end of the landmark Sears building has come this morning, and all that's left now is a pile of rubble and memories. And that is our special coverage to the moment. We'll have much more for you tonight on Action News at 6 and again at 11. You'll see those replays many times over. Now for the entire Action News team, I'm Rob Jennings. Have a good day.